Whether you're from Dallas or Detroit, where you grow up can shape who you become. Just asked our new police chief, who marked 1 week on the job today in the city of Dallas. She is a product of the Motor City, a place rich in history, good and bad. Our Tanya Iser wanted to see the city for herself, so she traveled to Detroit in this WFAA original.
Welcome to Detroit.
Detroit, the other big D.
Feel this way.
Known for Motown and the auto industry.
I was born and raised here, so as a little girl, I played in the city streets of Detroit. We are driving down the famous 8 Mile.
A city that lost more than half its population after earning the nickname Murder City.
They've torn down a lot of homes.
Neighborhoods were deserted.
You still have a lot of vacant and dilapidated properties.
Many schools shut their doors.
So that's the high school my brother, my sister, and myself, we went to.
Even the new Dallas Police Chief's high school is vacant.
It's really disheartening.
This is the city that shaped Renee Hall.
Detroit was a bankrupt city, had a lot of challenges. But right now, Detroit is a turnaround city.
We've had some issues.
Wayne County Sheriff Benny Napoleon was chief when she hired onto the department 18 years ago.
She had a tough but solid upbringing, like a lot of us. It's a town that's always valued people who work hard, are honest and down to earth, and just good folks.
She stood out then.
4 years ago, James Craig became chief of a bankrupt Detroit. He took over a department struggling with high crime, pay and pension cuts, cops leaving in droves, and under federal oversight.
Oftentimes I say if you spend 5 years in Detroit, that's comparable probably to 10 or 15 years in other places.
Do you have one of the green light locations up?
Craig put Renee Hall on the front lines of changing the department.
She's going to hold people accountable, but she's also going to balance that with making sure officer morale is high, because you can't expect to have success if officer morale is down.
There's still work to be done in Detroit, but violent crime is down significantly. The police force is stabilized. Federal oversight lifted.
You can't come back. Detroit is coming back each and every day.
An example of that revival is the old Packard plant.
It was completely ravaged.
Stripped by vandals, it's now being transformed.
There is light at the end of this tunnel.
Musa Muhammad is a police department volunteer.
I've watched her talking to officers who may not have felt that they were in a position to rise up. She convinced them to participate.
Pride in the neighborhood.
Beverly Brown has lived on the west side of Detroit for 40 years.
I love Detroit, with the good and the bad.
She knows Hall well.
What she has, you can't train people for in 30 days.
So Dallas is getting somebody pretty special?
Yeah. If it wasn't so hot, I might move down there.
For Hall,
Dallas has welcomed me with open arms.
it was a long goodbye.
To Renee, we love you. Thank you. Let's give her a round of applause.
People from all walks of life came to honor her last month.
Take care of your people. They'll take care of you.
Hall says the lessons she learned in her hometown will serve her well in her new Big D.
It has taught me to be resilient. It's not where you at, but it's where you're going and how you get there. And I do know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
The way you do the things you do.
Tanya Iser, Channel 8 News.
Tomorrow morning on News 8 Daybreak, hear what Chief Hall says sets her apart from other police chiefs across the country, and why you shouldn't be surprised if she's the one who pulls you over during your next traffic stop.